Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the new channel, here to help you see the new you. This is Jesse Francis Rebustillo, your host to this wonderful program, HR Hotline. Welcome back to HR Hotline. Before I give you my introduction, let me greet some of my former colleagues. Happy birthday, Norma Oliman. Norma is a co-employee of mine, and she is a survivor of COVID. And we have to really be praying a lot. The grace of the Lord is with her, and she's now negative. And also to my dear friend Tisha Pedrosa, happy birthday there in Canada. And I would also like to greet everybody in POPs, which is why we have this topic for today. POPs just had its successful POPs Con. I am the current president, and I'm so proud. Why? Because we made history. One is it's an all Filipino conference. We were used to having that for the past 3 years. This is the fourth. We were inviting foreign guests because the Philippine Association of Professional Speakers is a member of the global community of speakers. Now that everybody is actually can invite foreign speakers because we are virtual, Lloyd Luna and I made a difference. We made sure that we have to showcase the Filipino speaking and training talent. And we did. It's world class. The second one is while everybody is trying to get big names and motivational speakers. So happen that we are all motivational speakers in pubs. We invited, and he is our guest now, a subject matter expert, and that should be. And the third is, we're not after the numbers. It is a convention, it is a conference for the membership. Of course, we invited some who are interested, but we were more keen on the attendance of the members, which is why there is a conference, which is why there is a convention. Oh, since we are speakers, we have lots of webinars. Almost everybody, Tony Miranda, Dana Serrano, Lloyd Luna, almost every week they have webinars. But at this time, we were together as a family and we're listening to each other, teaching each other. Wonderful teaching from Pocholo de Leon. Wonderful motivation from Al Ian Barcelona. Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. And then, of course, Joseph Arignon, my idol. Then we have the beautiful ladies, Charisse Sampang, Rina Rivero, Carmine Ortega, Jocelyn Pic, and the best speakers in town, John Calub, J.B. Borromeo, Roman Boizon. And we were speaking to our community. So for those who are also engaged in the speaking profession or would like to be in the speaking and training profession, join us. Join us. Even if you are already seasoned, even if you are a neophyte, we are now using a different platform. So the more that we have to together, we have been battered, which is why I have this personal advocacy, which is we have to charge now accordingly and shy in giving free webinars. I am convincing my friends, Joey, Femery, Obet, that we have to look into our community and learn that we are now in the new normal. By the way, before I continue with that one, the fifth claim is when I learned that Lloyd Luna, who was actually the one managing the backstage, the technical, the streamer technical, that he was going to fetch his wife and managing it through the phone. And Dennis Calamba, thank you, Dennis Calamba, was asking me who will close. My agile man told me, let him speak wherever he is, because our topic is total online presence. We have to be digitalians. We have to claim that we are technically savvy. Lo and behold, Lloyd Luna gave his closing keynote from his car. And I love that portion wherein he was driving and you can see that the car was moving and he was speaking. That is the claim of Pops. First in the world, a keynote in a car while it is moving. The connectivity is okay. The content is okay. You know when that happened? I was down in my knees, thanking the Lord. Thanking the Lord that we are making a point that POPs is on top, total online presence. And that is our topic for today. It was a topic few episodes ago, but we're going to go back to that because the pandemic dictates that we have to be online. Mea culpa. I still have to force my dear friend Pastor Marvin Salazar, another host of here at TNC, UTech. He's a wizard that I have to fill in the content on the web that we are coming on. Let me segue first. I know all of this in my ignoramus mind. Early 2000, Ma'am Sandy and I, Sandy of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, were coming up with job market online. And I am so ignorante with technology. I even was enrolled in a foreign and Ateneo school, Ateneo online class, but I wasn't able to finish it both. And it was expensive. Now, going back, so it's so expensive also to again get a team. So what I did was just to make it a project. The project is so lengthy because I already left Inquirer, I retired, but the guy that I hired is still there. So I just got a developer, a programmer, and an ACO. And we did have, uh, what do you call it, obituary online, best deals, and job market online. And that is where I learned search engine optimization, reputation, content. So I was actually, what do you call it? Uh, Job, learning on the job, OJT, on the job training. So I knew it. I thank the Lord for that. So going back to my statement that the pandemic dictates that we have to be online or else you will not be seen. So it has to be total. It's not that only that you are there in Instagram, you are LinkedIn, so sorry. I am not so updated. I did not update my LinkedIn. I have an Instagram, but I'm so busy and so lazy. But my only supplement is my group chats and my FB. But it has to be total. You have to be seen online. That's online marketing. Or else people that would like you to see you may not be able to see you. Remember that we are on what you call a distance mode. Okay. Why total? Because we have to look into the content. We have to look into our brand. We have to look into our reputation, our authenticity, our genuinity, our consistency, our alignment. And you have to make sure that you are not superficial and you are not faking it, which is why we call it total online presence. Pardon to all those who like to promote themselves. Make sure your TikTok is aligned. I've said a lot already. Let me introduce our guest. I met him through Father Paul Brandon and through Bishop Joel of the Diocese of Legazpi. I found out that Father Paul is the president of the Catholic Media Network. He gave me this young guy, the one that I mentioned, who is a subject matter expert. He has been with the Paris of Antipolo doing, doing online and digital uh, promotion. And now he's the senior EZE of the Catholic Media Network. He teaches in the University of Jose Rizal University. That is where I took up my HR diploma course. I grad I took my MBA in Ateneo, but I took my HR diploma courses in Jose Rizal University. And he's very nice guy. He's 28 years old, and he is actually from the Asia Pacific, and I know that. I know that's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome James Matthew Wong. James, we cannot hear you. You are still muted, James. Or we'll have to ask our director, Mark.
Yeah. Good
Yes, I can hear you now.
afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon to
James.
all of you. Good
I
afternoon, Sir
gave
Jesse.
I gave your age. Oh,
It's okay.
I noticed you have some images at your back. Who are
Yes, sir.
these? Who are these saints or images at your back?
Oh, the images I have at my back is one of them is
Or we're having some?
he's
Yes.
saint.
I
Yeah.
wasn't able to hear you earlier. One of them is.
One of them is Saint Gabriel of Our Lady of Fatima, and beside him is Saint Dominic de Guzman, the founder of the Dominicans. Behind these two saints is Blessed Ivan Mers. Blessed Ivan Mers
Wow.
is a young theologian. One of his students, one of his students na nabubuhay ngayon ay si Pope Benedict XVI. So si
Wow,
Pope
wow,
Benedict
wow.
XVI na lang ang natitirang alaala ni buhay na alaala ni Blessed Ivan Mers. And of course, Saint Therese is there, Santo Niño is there, Saint John Marie Vianney is there, and Saint Michael, the Archangel,
Yeah,
for
I
protection.
pray to Saint Michael every time that I have the rosary, because actually Saint Michael is the saint to ward off evils and the pandemic.
Yes,
If you
truly.
notice it in the history of all the pandemic in the old world, they invoke Saint Michael, and it is really a help. You know, I am still praying hard, James. My immediate neighbor turned positive, but they are now negative. And I pray the rosary every night. I have a collection of Marian images. I am a Marian devotee, and in my last count, I already have 30 plus images.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. And so much with that, James. I understand you are with the Catholic Media Network.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll talk about the Catholic Media Network later on. Now, in our introduction, I mentioned about our topic, and that was our topic in POPs, and you were our uh, conference keynote. I want our viewers here that you share what you shared with us with POPs. So let me ask the first question. How do we improve and increase our total online presence? And please mention what you shared with us the other day. Thank you.
Yes. All right. So we're talking about total online presence. So this was the theme during the PAPS conference, and this was the topic that was given to me for the keynote address. So there are actually there are three things that I mentioned there. So the first one was all about uh, consistency, and alignment. So when we're well, total online presence is really a like a big blue sea. It's a vast sea which can offer us opportunities, vast and many opportunities. But if we're going to be distracted by the lights, by the many effects, we might not be able to convey our message. That's why these three things that I mentioned: genuinity, alignment, consistency. I believe these are the three words which will describe how do we make our presence felt. Genuinity. What's all about genuinity? Genuinity amidst pretension. Oh, we have so much pretension nowadays. People projecting online that they're this and that. Genuinity. This is also the call of Pope Francis to many of us faithful. When we do when we use social media, let's let's just be us. Let's just be ourselves. Because if we will keep on projecting this, projecting that, our time might be eaten up by preparing preparing for these effects, preparing for all these lights, forgetting that, oh, I'm using this platform for me to convey this message. So kumbaga po, natabunan na yung mensahe ng masyadong maraming ilaw, ng masyadong
Can I
maraming
interrupt
effects.
before? Can I interrupt before you continue
Yeah,
with the other two?
yeah.
So this is, say, especially in the social media, people posting food unless they are selling the food, or
Mhm,
people posting places where they went. Of course, you would like to see your friends to see where you went, but if
mhm,
it is not genuine anymore, say
mhm,
you just were able to pass through some party, and you just, it is not your everyday fare, and you just like trying to show off,
mhm,
or you just took a address somewhere in the mall, you put it
mhm,
on, and you put a picture, a selfie, and then post it. So it is not you.
correct.
Or let me ask you this, because I know you're teaching this in Jose Rizal University. You just copied a quotation to show that you are a deep person. Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
Yeah,
I have lots of friends. I have lots of friends wherein I know they cannot even fathom what they are posting.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I would agree with that, Sir Jess. There is this great disconnect that, okay, you have this picture of like for example, you have this picture of yours on the maybe you're on the beach. You you have this post on the that you are on the beach, and all of a sudden, I mean, when you posted it, there's this quote. So, okay, how is this quotation related to this picture? So I guess there is this great disconnect that, okay, I want to convey this message, but I have this another message. So that's why having that disconnect affects the genuinity. No, people would ask, ano ba talaga yung gusto mong sabihin? Ito yung
Yes, true.
quotation mo tapos nasa beach ka. 'Di ba? You're talking about this one and yet, oh, teka. Like for example, a perfect example, young people nowadays tend to post, okay, feeling blessed. Okay, I was so moved by the homily of the priest yesterday. And then come Monday, you tend to rant because of the traffic. So, okay, there is this disconnect, there is this inconsistency. we're losing the one of the elements. We're losing one of the elements, two of the elements on how are we going to make our presence felt online.
I that is what I call the bipolarity of people in the social media.
Mm-hmm.
One day they will talk about that they are in the church and post a quotation from the Bible. The next day they rant and they did something wrong in another chat group. I You are very correct in mentioning that, James. Sir James. Okay,
Yes.
please continue. You just started with genuity. Then
Yes. Thank you. Next is alignment. So when we're doing things, when we are posting, when we are doing let's say social media thing, so we have to make sure that what we post is aligned. So I was able to touch on the topic, on the keywords disconnect, uh, alignment. We have to make sure that uh, what the what keeps us, what do you call this, uh we have to make sure that what we are saying is tells us about ourselves. Okay, we have to make sure that what we are posting is related to the company that we are representing. Should we become social media managers? So this this alignment is so crucial, so that people will believe us. People will believe the page that we published online. So like for example, we have this page online, and yet we are posting other things outside the realm of that company that we are representing. So if you're going out of the theme, people might think that, okay, why is this not related? So people will now, questions will now branch. What language is he using? Why is that post like that? Why is the layout like that? And yet this is the nature of their company. So we have to check on that.
Sir James.
Yeah.
So that is alignment now.
Yes.
So even the profile that you are posting.
Yes.
Sometimes there are profiles that is not actually aligned to the content. I'm talking of FB or or
Yes.
or, or even the so what you're telling us is that you have to project your projection should be aligned. Your
Yes.
exposure should be aligned to to the job that you're doing and to your being you. Okay, so that is you mentioned about genuity, alignment, and what is the third one?
Third one is consistency. Consistency, the regularity. You know what? I remember my priest boss, Father Larry Paz. He's a priest of Antipolo. He died 2 years ago, and he told me, James, as a priest, I only post what is what is consistent, or what is aligned with my priesthood. You know, I I do not post about food. I do not post about places I go to. Why? Because I am a priest. Uh, I post what is I post what is what should I do as a priest. From there, I took that inspiration na, okay, now that during that time that I was working with the church, so the more that I have to be cautious, with what I post online, because what stays online stays forever. But at times, our being human person affects, what we do. No, minsan we cannot afford, we cannot sometimes hindi natin matiis, no, na mainis, hindi natin matiis na may ganito tayong emotion, then we will post it online. So sometimes it's there, but more than that, no, consistency is when we do things naturally, no, we post based on who we are.
Okay,
We do this with regularity. So that's why people will believe us.
Okay, there are some connectivity problem. Uh, Sir James is actually in Marikina, and you know that has been the problem. Maybe it's a Saturday, but so for those who are watching us, uh, Christy, Mary Christy, then Charisse. Hello, Charisse. You did very well in your moderation. Juan Lu, my friend from Antipolo, Norma Rabanal, and Heidi. Heidi, for all those who are watching us now, can you possibly use the chat box and tell us what persona you would like to project? Because that is what we are discussing now. Your genuity, that is your authenticity, your consistency, and your what do you call this, alignment. So I'm just curious, in your social media, what is the persona would you like to project? Just a thought. Say, Charisse, would you like to project a sweet and gentle lady? I just would like to think about it. You know, I have a thought while we're discussing this with Sir James. For me, I think is to be a a man of thought, a man of deep thought. So I'm now just thinking if what I am posting is aligned to the persona that I would like to project. Because I am an HR consultant now and I do trainings. I'm going to do a training at Well Life on Tuesday, and I'm teaching emotional intelligence. So I have to be aligned. So I doubt if posting my day-to-day activities wherein I cut the hair of my dogs or I play with my dogs, will it be aligned to the persona that would like people to see me? Can we have Sir James? Is his connectivity already fixed? Director Mark? I just hope that Sir James, are you back?
Yeah.
You know, this is what is wonderful with live streaming, and this is what the total
Mhm.
online presence. Sometimes I told them, Sir James, that those who are viewing now to post the persona they would like to project in their
Yeah.
social media and see if it is aligned, so that they can have a thought. Just imagine, say I was talking with Charisse here. Say I was asking her, would it are you going to project yourself as a sweet and gentle lady? Or maybe it is not aligned to your being uh, uh, a person with a strong willed uh, personality. You know, James, I was just thinking, I would like to project, because I'm already 64, somebody, a man of deep thought, or a man of serious things. So I'm thinking if what I'm posting, as far as what I'm doing with my pets, what I'm doing with my dogs, will be aligned to the persona that we like to project, to make it total,
Mhm.
to
Yes.
make it aligned. Now, so let's go to the next question. The next question is, how are you going to improve and increase your online presence?
Yeah. So we were able to talk about three things a while ago to keep ourselves grounded on the improve or to
Yes.
even total online presence. I have three C's to talk about. Number one is commitment. No, commitment. We have to make sure that if we do this, if we do something that is online, we will give our time here. We will give our talent. So we will be really into it. No. Next is
Yeah,
character
yeah. And
building.
let me catch you, James.
Yeah.
Yes, I know a lot of my friends. They are on Messenger. They are on Viber. They are on Instagram. They are on Facebook. But you know, you can only see them after a while. And when you ask them, I posted something, they will say, oh, sorry, I missed it. How can they miss it when there is a feature in all those, what do you call that? All those social media platforms. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes,
Wherein
yes.
there is, what do you call that, James? There is a something that ticks you, warms you. What do you call that? There is
Uh
a prompter.
yes, yes, yes.
How can they tell me that they were able to miss the message when Messenger prompts you for messages?
Yeah.
So they are not telling the truth. They are fake. You know this, my friends of mine that were telling me that I seldom uh, engage with them anymore
Yeah,
because you cannot
mhm.
even even in the group chats you can see people if they see it or not.
Mhm.
One thing, say with the group chats in my association, there are people who are not really active, but they are so keen in viewing and seeing mga chismoso. They're so, I can see that they just seen by this guy, seen by this girl. Even during the time that we're having the Pops convention, I can see some members who are viewing the chat group, but they were not watching. So, these people, they are not aligned on what you're doing. Am I right, James?
Yes, yes.
They are in
And
the
I would
social media. They are just in the social media, but just talking. Nakikichismis lang.
I guess I
this we have to educate people. This you have
yeah.
to educate. With my organizations, with the chat groups that I'm not really keen, I leave. Why don't you leave? It is incumbent on our part that if you are not really engaged in that particular group, you leave. And then let's just see, and you're just updated. It's not nice. It's not nice. So please continue. So what is the second C, James?
Yeah, the second C is about character building. So as you become genuine, as you become more aligned, as you become more consistent, no, you now build your character online, and it takes a while. No, it takes a while until you get this, until you grow your audience. You have this significant number of audience. You're now getting this significant number of interactions, this number of shares. No, and the last letter, I mean the last word, or is consistency again. Commitment, character building, consistency. Consistency is a continuous thing. You cannot be consistent only for this period of time, and then after that, okay, you stop. You shift to another activity. So you are not consistent about that. So I mean, may I repeat it again, no?
Yes, James.
On
It's
how to
how to increase. Yes, James. It's how to increase or build your online presence. Yes, James. We have to be committed. Make sure that you are there. What else, James? Yes, commitment.
yes, you build your character, and you continue to be consistent, because consistency is a continuous thing. You never stop to be once you stop, you're not consistent. So this is a continuous thing that we do, consistency.
Okay. So after that, how will you manage it now? How do a person or an organization manage your SOCMED, your social media presence?
So managing social media platforms or social media accounts, this actually is, I have to tell you, this is time consuming. It will really consume your time for you to answer queries, to check notifications, to check who's writing comments on your page. This will really take your time. But may I share with you an acronym, no? It is an acronym. which I formed in order for you to effectively manage your
James,
social.
James,
Yeah.
before we go to that acronym, I'm so engaged with you. I forgot the time. We have a break. This is a
All
live
right.
stream. Before you give us the acronym, can we have Director Mark give us the first break? I'm sorry for that. I'm so engrossed with the conversation.
Sure, sure. It's okay.
Can we have the first break? Welcome back to HR Hotline. Director Mark, and we have the slide that shows all the TNC uh, shows. Yes, please watch our live stream shows at the new channel. The big picture inspires stories of notable personalities. The family business is everyone's business. Life, business, and success stories on the fourth project, direct from Dubai. Beauty beyond what your eyes can see on Thursdays and Saturdays. Time to hear positive stories from our COVID stories, life purpose and turnaround stories at U-Turn, build and own a property at the home buyer, laugh and learn from puppetry arts around the world with the puppet stories, magbenta bumili at tumulong dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night market bazaar, and know your right and basic law, your law, and learn the money more, and the two leaders in one platform, the TNC Talk, and chill boost after shift. Strategize win and through win within. Kids dream, achieve, nurture, and inspire. Watch Danny Art Show and learn together across borders on the foreign affairs. And because health is wealth, Healthline. Celebrate women work. Always have an awesome day. And Cyber NXT, Tech You, TNZ one day, and TNC is a hot um, town hall, and of course, always be with me Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday. There goes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to James. Okay.
Hi, good afternoon again.
I guess it was wonderful. We were having nice conversation on the three C's, on consistency, and how to be the total online presence in our social media. And I would like to greet everybody, Mitch Keaton, Donald, and Heidi. And I was asking them, even Dana Serrano from a well life, because I'm going to give a a talk on Tuesday. Uh, I allow me to use your three C's, and then that one of in the social media. Although my topic is on emotional intelligence, people should know about that because, especially if you're now on doing online business, you must be aware of that. And that falls under social awareness. So you were telling us of an acronym, James. What are these?
Yeah, in order for you to manage well your online presence, you have to be orig. No, you have to be orig. ORIG. So number one is you have to be clear with your objective. No, number one, you have to be clear with your objective, and just a caution. No, projection should not be your objective. No, because when you tend to project, okay, you're painting an image that might not be aligned to you. You might be painting an image that is not you. Oh, so you have to be careful. What's your objective? Uh why are you using online platforms for your, for example, if you're a company, for your marketing purposes? No, you have to be clear with that. If you're an organization, if you're a non-government organization, your message should be on top of your objective. What message do you want to convey? Okay, if you have this personal blog, podcast, whatever you call it, you have to be clear with your objective. What information do you want to share? What insights do you want to share? And this constitutes a good objective when you jump in to the online presence. Next letter is letter R, realities. No, there are a lot of realities when you go to online. Accept the realities behind. So these realities uh, will simply sometimes it will manifest. Number one, it will manifest with the number of people watching you. Sa umpisa kakaunti, no? Sa umpisa kakaunti nagko-comment, sa umpisa kakaunti ang nag-share, nagko-comment. Sa umpisa may glitches, no? Sa umpisa, ay dapat pala ganito yung ginawa ko. So these are realities which will lead you to realization. No? Once you accept these realities and you realize, you will now improve. You will keep on improving. And when improvement becomes regular to you, becomes your consistency, no, it will make your online presence a better and jump pack, no. Nandiyan na yung interactions, nandiyan na yung mga tao, nandiyan na yung mga followers.
Before you go to the I, let me tell you, my realization is different. I realized in my post that there are some friends of mine that are really, what do you call this? They're so dense. And sometimes I already unfriended them. That the trolls and then their opinions. That is my realization, Sir James. Also, in my live streaming, my realization also is, why is it that there are a lot of people listening to this episode, and why is it that there were few who were listening to this? So yes, it is actually time for you to think about and improve. But the realization here in the social media or in online on how people react to your posts, and I think that is how you're going to also uh, react to it is actually emotional intelligence. It's knowing yourself, what you project, and knowing your feelings, and then manage the feelings of others who are answering. You know what I do, James, is if not really unfriend, if they are still my friends, I don't actually respond anymore, not a reaction whatsoever. Am I doing right? Tell me, you're teaching this in in the university. Tell me.
Actually, it's hard to qualify, Sir Jess. Well, it's hard to qualify whether our response mechanism on online is right or wrong.
I
We
love
have
it.
different levels of response. I have this experience, when I had this post. I think this was last year, and it was really shared. It was really commented, no. I gained
Yes, James is having again some connectivity problems. Uh, yes, we were talking about posts, and then sometimes
Yeah,
it's funny. Please continue.
yeah, I had this trending post wherein I gained negative comments, and I wasn't able to sleep for like 2 days. I mean, 2 days or
Oh
three
my
days.
God!
Yeah, that really made some impact on me, and I even sought a guidance counselor for me to, I mean, for somebody to process me, because like I was so like tinatamad ako for 3 days, and sabi nung guidance counselor sa akin, yeah, that was already a manifestation of trauma. You're already traumatized with your post.
But sometimes, James, there are some replies in our post that you don't even know these people. They don't know
Yes,
who you are. So sometimes I just sometimes I delete my post so that it will be gone.
yes.
To say to I always follow Merlin's formula: to kill an enemy is to eliminate or forget them.
Yeah, that's
I'm old
very
enough
true.
to know that, and old enough to know that. But
It's
we are
like
on our that
yeah, it's that
the realization actually is your conversation is your engagement in the social media, and if you really feel that the engagement is not anymore healthy, I think you have to stop it. HR people who
yeah.
are viewing us, you have to listen to us because this is actually for you. Get the insights from the conversation of mine with Mr. James Wong. He's actually teaching this in the university. That is what James tell them. What are the subjects that you are teaching in Jose Rizal?
Actually, the subjects in GRU are engineering subjects, principles of communication, the broadcast subjects. I teach electronics engineering laws and ethics. That is actually my favorite subject. I also teach industrial electronics, digital communication, so
No, no,
all
the
about
subject that you told
broadcast.
me. The subject that you told me earlier. It's about something about ethics.
Yes, ECE laws and ethics.
See? So all HR people and managers, let's listen to James. And if you want, you can call him so that will be taught. You will be taught. Okay, what is the I in the urig?
The I in the orig is improvement. I mentioned it already. So once you're clear with your
Yes,
objective, you from there
objectives and then
realize
reality.
you now go to your improvements. Action, kumbaga. Kumbaga, yung realization, realities, nandito yan sa head level eh. So the improvements will now tell us about what are you going to do. Improvement. So nandiyan na yung pag-strategize. How are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? Okay? Then lastly, letter G, you grow your audience. Sometimes a lot of speakers will tell, "Oh, your goal in online presence is to grow your audience." No. Growing your audience is the product of your efforts. You grow it organically. You do not hard sell, or you do not push your information. So you let it grow naturally. Sometimes it's really helpful, like for my previous affiliation with the church, being the coordinator, head of the diocesan social communications of the Diocese of Antipolo. We started like 5,000 likes, 5,000 followers. So now the page, before I left, we were able to grow it like 46,000 followers, for 46,000 likes. So it really takes years. It doesn't happen in a snap. No, it doesn't happen na, okay, dapat mag-post tayo kasi dapat mag-trending yan. Mali. It's wrong. When you post something online, it's because you want to send a message, not for it to trend. No?
I
Na-
love that because there are a lot of people, they are after the quantity. There are
yes.
some associations that they are so happy if there are a lot of views and a lot of likes. I know it when I was with Inquirer. Every time that you click every time that you view, it is counted as one. So I can be one that I can view it, say it's 10 times, I'm already counted. So it's not the count. It's actually from your end, what is it that you will, what is your message, and then the quality of the people will view it. Am I right, James?
Yes, Sir Jesse. If I may share, no, just coming from my experience in Antipolo, we are 75 parishes in Antipolo, from the small parishes to the big parishes, and as parishes tend to jump into the online presence, you know, nagsasurface na yung usapin ng paramihan ng likes, paramihan ng followers. Those are the aspects which I do not talk about in when I address the parishes, because I don't want the small parishes feel that they are being left behind, and this pages, big pages, having big numbers, will, okay, we are big, we have this number of likes, so copy us, so we are the ones telling you what the good things that you must do. That's not how it works. No, it doesn't mean that that your page has a big number of likes. You're doing what is right. You're
I think
changing.
that the measure is conversion. It's
Yes,
very Catholic. It's conversion. Even if you
yes,
have 15, it is just like before the job market. Ma'am Sandy was telling me, or even in the face to face in our job fairs, even if you can have only 100, but you have around 80 who are qualified, compared to having say 1,000, but on the quality of the applicants, you only have around 20. So there is a big difference of a smaller response of 100, but the qualified is actually 80, rather than a big response, which is 1,000, but the quality of applicants is only 20. And it's also just like, say, in real estate, I hope those in wildlife are listening to me. You keep on giving flyers, say in the mall. They are still doing it right now. Sayang po. It's a waste of money for all the
mhm.
expensive brochures that you give. Sometimes you give it to people who are not really your clients. So it's actually segmenting. It's actually okay. So please continue, James.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell a while ago is to focus on your message, not on the numbers. Nababaliktad po kasi, maglalagay, like for example, if we're talking about companies, maglalagay kami ng advertisements diyan, maglalagay kami ng sponsorship diyan kasi malaki yung ano niyo, malaki yung inyong following, no? Well, it's a truth nowadays, no? But teka, ang dapat tanungin natin, the question that we must ask is, what is your message? What is the message that are you trying to convey to people? If it is something that is valuable, if your message is right, if your message is really something that is valuable, helpful, then let people, hayaan natin na mamuhunan yung mga tao dun sa mensahe na ipinapahiwatig natin sa mga tao. Pag
And I
pag
think sometimes also, James, it's
Mhm.
actually targeting it to the people who should be able, yung audience mo. Yung audience mo.
Yes.
Your content is not aligned to your audience.
Mhm. Kapag kasi nag-focus tayo sa numbers, para na rin tayong rating, no? If we will be talking about, well, to online presence, no? We're talking about non-government organizations. Kung numbers ang labanan natin, wala na tayong pinagkaiba sa mga malalaking kumpanya. Yun ang basehan. Numbers, rating. Oo, mataas ang
Yes.
rating mo, pero anong mensahe mo? Yun ang tanong.
James, time runs so fast. We'll have again the second break, and after that, I'll ask you about Carlo Acutis, Blessed Carlo Acutis, and then after that, we'll ask you for your parting message. I think I will again invite you in the ensuing seasons, because this has to be discussed, especially for everybody who is now in the social media. Director Mark, can we have the second break, please? Time runs so fast. We are now in the last portion. And the last portion, we always have to mention those in a job fair. So in the FARE, how do you fare with your total online presence? In the FAIR, there are still organization, our sponsors, or actually looking still for people. Can we have the slides, please, Director Mark? Uh, Yes, we have from Wills Descendant Associates. If you would like to apply, if you're in Quezon City, send your application to recruitment at wdainc.com.ph. Also, Puzzlebox are still looking for applicants. You can send your resumes to career at puzzlebox-inc.com. And on Algon, send your application to algonplace at gmail.com. I'm also endorsing two events this October and November. One is the annual conference of PMAP that will be next week. Join us. Register now. It will be on the 21st, 22nd, and the 23rd. And on PSTD, that will be on November 16, 17, and 18. And it will be nice if you will be there. I will be there. So let's go back. Let's go back. Director Mark. Yes, we are on the. It's so nice conversing with. I was just thinking, I will invite young guys like you, uh, Sir James. February's son is also a technical person, but is I think working abroad. But with the connectivity that we have, we can have it. One, the daughter of Eric Del Castillo also, who is very much in artificial intelligence, and it's so nice to get. Insights and learnings from the new generation. You know why I am so abreast with time? I thank Lloyd Luna, Al Ian, these are guys, and even Charis Sampang, the young guys that I am dealing with, I learn a lot from them. Well, again, and it struck me in our PopsCon that portion or that presentation of Joseph Orignon. Joseph, you really struck me up to now. Talking about respect, talking about professionalism, coming from a very young person. So let's go back to Sir James Wong. Okay, Sir James, first question. How is the Catholic Media Network now?
For the Catholic Media Network, most of our radio stations are slowly going into the online. In fact, a number of our radio stations have been streaming online, have been using Facebook for their radio broadcasts and for their programs. So, in fact, no, like for example, in Batangas, our Spirit FM Batangas page has 46,000 followers. So that's a big number already. In Davao, in Spirit FM Davao, they have 35,000 followers. In Masbate, they have 31,000. So it's it it's it gives me hope. No? It gives this it gives this ray of light that hey, the church is able to send its message to people, no, especially in the provinces.
Can I have a suggestion? Can
Mm.
you have just a suggestion coming from me? Can we have say two times in a day uh, a rosary show that we can hear reverberating from a baritone that we are praying the rosary as one. Maybe I suggest say 7 o'clock in the morning and around 10 o'clock in the evening for the morning people and for the evening people. I will suggest that to Father Paul Barandon
Yes.
that the Catholic network will initiate a what do you call it, synchronized rosary from all the Facebook what do you call that, Facebook apps, Facebook
Facebook pages.
pages, that we pray the rosary as one. It will not take, it's only around 15 minutes. 15
Yes.
minutes. 15 minutes. And then we can ask everybody to tune in, and it can even be, say, localized. that it can say in Bicol, it can be in Bicol, in Iligaynon, it can be in Iligaynon. Okay, two more questions before we end up. Let's have some overtime with this wonderful, blessed, blessed Carlo Acutis is the patron saint of internet. What are your thoughts on this?
Actually, blessed Carlo Acutis. First and foremost, he died at the age of 15 because of leukemia. He came up with this website wherein he was able to compile all the miracles about the Eucharist, no, the Eucharistic miracles all over the world, so that people would know about the Eucharist. People will love the Eucharist, and at his young age, being able to come up with that website, it's really a big jump. No, it's a huge apostolate. No, coming from him, no, from his humble efforts, doing he's a typical youth. He plays games. No, yeah, he has this he have this sports. No, he knows how to code, to come up with a website. So for him to think about it,
Sir
it's
James, what
really
is the
wonderful.
website? How can people go to the website? What is the website?
The website is actually it has been translated. It's in Italian. Let
Say
me
Carlo
check.
Acutis.
Yes.
If they search Carlo Acutis, they can go into the
Yes, they
page
can
already.
Google it. Yes.
You can already Google it.
Yes.
In learning and development, that is what we call. He was able to curate it. He was able to curate. I already went into his page, and I was
Mm-hmm.
able to see hundreds of that one of the that changing of the host into the real presence of the Lord. And I just was able to around finish 5. So I engage. I am inviting all my friends who are also keen on this to really look into that page. I am already going back into that page for the past few days, nights already, and it is really wonderful. And it really, sometimes I sleep well because after reading what he posted, what he curated, it gives me hope. Okay,
Yes,
one more
truly.
question. One more question. Before you give your parting words, what can you say about fake posts and fake news?
This fake news, as what Pope Francis would tell us in his message during the World Communication Sunday. Fake news, the reason that it keeps on trending, because it mimics the real news. No, something that
Yes, it mimics the
news
real
that is
news.
very spicy.
Yes,
No,
and
like
it's
the
not good.
church. No, there is this ecclesiastical chismis. No, when there is an imminent rotation of priests. No, the assignments of the priests tend to be the cheesy news among the faithful. No, so uh this fake news, no, it mimics the real news, and sadly people tend to put more effort on spreading disinformation. We call it disinformation. People spend so much time, effort in this information because these are the ones that trends. These are the ones that being kept shared online. So they're after the numbers. No, they don't care if their message is wrong. They don't care if they're sharing the wrong news or a false information. The thing that is important for them is for them to make it trend. They're after the numbers, no? So we will go back dun sa ating yung binanggit ko kanina about managing social media, orig, no? What is our objective? So if our objective is to spread real news, no, we have to be consistent. We have to put our effort on it, no, to battle this fake news, no? If we're doing good, no, if we're doing good things now, yung kalaban po natin is doing it 2 times, even 3 times, and even 4 times. So that's why we have to, hindi naman sa kailangan natin mag-catch up, but we really have to bank on our efforts. No, we
Yes, you have to
collect
bank on
in
it.
order for us to surface what is real, what is truth. Remember, 'di ba, yung saying natin na the truth will set you free. And this fake news, this information that keeps on spreading online, this this makes people confined, no? This makes people solitary. This makes people selfish, no? If it points to
Right,
ourselves, if it if
right.
if if it points to ourselves, no, wala na tayong mundo kundi yung sarili natin. Kaya nga
You
'di ba
nailed it. You
sinasabi
nailed
ng
it.
ibang tao, we keep on telling this, we keep on telling people this and that, pero naririnig ba natin yung sarili natin, 'di ba? So,
You nailed it.
as
I know a lot of people telling wrong stories about themselves and about what is happening, and you nailed it. You nailed it. What is actually your purpose on that? Wow,
yes,
wonderful, wonderful. Can you give us your parting message? Thank you very much, Sir James Wong. Can you give us your parting message? Because we are now over time. Yeah.
I would like to thank everyone who were with us in this live stream. No, I really love this opportunity to share my insights, to share this helpful these ideas, which I wish that will be helpful for people going to online. I thank Sir Jess, and if I may, no, I also thank my colleagues in the Diocese of Antipolo, social communications. There are a lot of them. They're listening. They're watching us they're watching us right now. Tom, Lyndon, Gian, and Clarice. All of them. These are these are we are a team. We have always worked as a team. No, these vibrant people who work for the Diocese of Antipolo. I will never forget them. And also my colleagues in the Catholic Media Network, DJ Rebustillo, who celebrated his presbyteral anniversary nitong October 15. And also, I'd like to mention as well uh, my bishop, Bishop Francis de Leon. No, I really thank him for the opportunity he gave me that I was able to serve my home diocese here in the Diocese of Antipolo. And all of these insights, all of those I shared, Sir Jesse, it's not mine. It's not
Yeah.
mine. It's the
Same
Lord's, and
here. Yes.
I owe them to Father Lawrence Paz, and I owe them to Father Nomer de Lumen. No,
Yes.
these two mentors of mine, these two shepherds of mine have really shared a lot to me. And
Agree.
I hope and pray that with all the accomplishments we had, no, along with
Yes. Yes, James.
the
Please continue. Amen. Amen. James, please come back.
yes,
Y- you were saying the last sentence you were not able to get it.
the last sentence, with all the activities, with all the accomplishments that the service team of the Diocesan Social Communications of Antipolo, I hope and pray that Father Larry and Father Nomer will be proud of us, especially with
Thank you
the
very
thoughts
much.
we were able to share with you.
There goes, ladies and gentlemen. First, James, people from Antipolo are listening. Can you facilitate that I get a 1 foot image of Our Lady of Peace and Good Voyage? I have one already, but I got it here from Makati. I would like to have an image coming from um, Tessie. Tessie, our dear Tessie of PMAP is already gone. I don't know if you
Yes,
know her.
I
You
know
know
her,
her?
Sir Jeff. I
Yes, yes.
know her.
But she promised to send me one, and then actually, I would like to ask. I have I have a collection. I mentioned it. So if you can facilitate, I will pay it COD. And even the lalamove. Can you? It should be 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. Coming from, I still love your Marian image exhibition at the back of the altar. Every time that
Sir
I go
Jeff,
up to Antipolo,
yeah.
yes.
Sir Jess, I'd like to offer something to you. I hope, I guess the two people are listening right now. May we also offer you as a token of our appreciation an image of Our Lady of Aranzazu in San Mateo,
Wow, I love that. I love that. I love that.
canonically
See?
crowned, and
Please.
the image of Our Lady of Light.
Please, please.
We will. We
Okay,
will. We will give it to you. Our team will give these gifts to you.
you made me emotional. Okay, okay, there goes, ladies and gentlemen. Total online presence. It is a need now because all of us are on it. This will be my message for the well life who will be listening to me on Tuesday. I am invited to come up with a program on emotional intelligence, but there will be a preview. And what does it tells us? It is not the number. It's about your message. It is not about who will see us. It's about trying to target to be aligned to who will really get our message. And to be total, it's not that you are techie. You can learn from it. It's already available. When another application or system or a platform comes, then we can just join. But it is our being a total person, which is why if you notice it, you will ask, why is an ECE, Mr. James Wong, telling us about genuinity? That we have to be authentic, that you have to know ourselves, which is very emotional intelligence. Why is it telling us that about regularity, about looking into our message, our core, our purpose? Because it has to be total. You don't have to be, you don't have to fake it. It is incumbent in our parts that we will, when we try to inform people, when we try to disseminate information, it has to be true. We must be responsible. What is actually our point in trying to be superficial and trying to actually tell a lie of what we are doing or who we are? People will search us, will love us, will accept us when we are transparent, when we tell the truth, and we have that message. And the message is your content. And the content is really not even to inspire or motivate people, but to let people understand himself, the world, appreciate life, and have gratitude of the super being that there is somebody who takes care of us, and there is what we call hope, faith, and love. And I think that is a message for all those who are in the training profession, for all those in the speaking profession. To be total, you must have that fundamental message that there is hope for the new world that is coming. Diyos mabalos po. This is Jesse Francis Rebustillo.